Welcome to the Sisters Uncensored podcast, where we get into everything from childhood trauma to millennial adulting and all things in between.
We share crazy stories from the past and present to help us cope with the insanity that is our lives.
By sharing our perspectives, we hope to bring some relatability, laughter, and unsolicited advice that can help you survive the messiness of life along with us.
My name's Jessica Labita. I'm a millennial mom, wife, and marketing professional, and I am absolutely insane.
My name is Ashley Lanive. I am a millennial stay-at-home mom, avid golfer, and too mouthy for my own good.
We are real sisters, and this is Sisters Uncensored. Take this trip with us. All right, guys, welcome back to Sisters Uncensored. So today we're going to talk about the things we think men love and hate. We know we have a lot of guys out there that love us, and we love you too.
Obviously.
And so we want to talk about some conversations, to have a conversation, I should say, about some of the things that I think come up frequently where men and women have different perspectives.
Okay.
And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on some of this stuff.
Can you give me an example of something that you think?
Yeah. So supposedly men love confidence, and I think that's debatable.
I agree, that is debatable.
Right. I think it depends on the man. I think majority of them feel insecure if you have a confident, strong woman.
I agree with that.
But there are couples that I know where the female is incredibly strong and the male is as well, and he loves and builds her up and makes her everything. So
I'm surprised you see that. I don't see that often. I feel
honestly, like it's a rare thing, I think.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
That's really unfortunate.
If to find a guy like that like takes a woman who is like extremely confident and continues to build her up and make her better, I think it's more uncommon than common.
I think the type of men that like confident women are confident men. And if they're not confident, they're not going to be happy with a confident woman.
Yes, agree.
That's the line, as far as I'm concerned.
And I think a lot of guys will say they want a confident woman, but then if you actually nail her down and she is such a boss bitch that eventually she makes you feel inferior, and then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
That means you're lacking the confidence.
Like, for example, I think a confident couple, I think of Kayla and Jamie.
Those two are perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. They are a team.
Yes.
Okay, like just from the little that I've been exposed to about them, they're a team. Yep. I think if in any relationship, if you have one that's going to be insecure and one that's going to be over the top confident, it's not going to be a good balance.
Agreed.
It's really not. You guys have to be on the same page and like you're in it together.
Yep.
I see that with them. I don't see that. I think that's the exception.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I don't think that's the norm.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, guys, let us know what you think. Do men want confident women or not? All right, next is intelligence.
I mean, do I think guys like smart girls?
Yes.
If I'm going to dumb it down to my level. I think they do like smart girls. I think some do. I think younger guys like smarter girls.
Interesting. I heard something recently, and I don't know how true this is, but it actually made a lot of sense to me, is that you date within your own IQ range.
Really? Mm-hmm. Then I'm a fucking genius.
Or
I'm retarded. It can go either way. It's one or the other. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that statement.
I know, like, as a woman, and you could probably obviously attest to this too, I feel like, especially like being older in life, but even when I was younger and making the decisions to get like married and stuff, like I need someone that keeps me intellectually stimulated.
I agree with that. I like a very smart man.
Yeah, agree.
Like, I like to learn that way. You know what I mean? Somebody who knows more than me, I find that attractive.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to know more than me, so it's hard. Because I know everything.
Even the ones that you've dated that are smart, they realize how smart you are. They think they're so smart, and then they realize,
They're not that smart.
and then then they realize they're not that smart.
I've dated some dum-dums in my day, guys. Let me just tell you.
We all have.
We've
all
all
had.
been there. All right. It's fine. No big deal.
So, sense of humor is another thing apparently that men are quite attracted to.
They should be.
I know.
I'm sorry. That's a deal breaker.
I agree. I think if you're dry, like I think of some of the people that my friends have dated that are like
Duds?
fucking wet napkins, and I'm like, how do you hang out with this person?
Aren't you bored?
It's boring.
And if you don't think I'm hilarious, you're fucking broken.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. But
Agreed.
like, have a good sense of humor. That's one of the things I think is great about like your husband, for example. He doesn't say much, but he comes out with these zingers that I'm like, oh, I love it. It's like such a nice little treat.
And he again, not to toot my own horn because I did pick him and he's fantastic, but like his humor is intelligent humor. So like if you are not a smart person, a lot of his jokes you may not get because he's very clever.
He is.
And
One of my favorite
it's always
jokes,
like zingers and one-liners that he pulls out.
he does. He comes out of nowhere with them, and I'm like, oh my god, I love him so much. He's so freaking funny. But he doesn't. Here's the thing: he doesn't say much. He's a man of few words. So
and
like,
he doesn't say things like we laugh at our own jokes all the fucking time.
all the time.
He's not like he'll drop a line and just
dead face,
Yes.
like stone.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Yes.
It's excellent.
Yes.
Oh my god, there was a picture of me from a wedding, and I had all of this makeup on, and Carly saw it. Your daughter was like, oh, she's like, I don't know. She kind of looks Indian. She doesn't look like herself. And your husband's like, what do you mean, dot or feather? And I thought that was the funniest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life, because it came out of it like the stone man who says nothing. And he's like, yeah, what kind, dot or feather?
oh my god. And this is this shit that he says where like you laugh, but I'm like, don't fucking say that shit in public because you're gonna get me in trouble.
It was so
You're gonna get
funny.
yourself in trouble.
It was so
It's
funny.
embarrassing.
Oh, stop. Like, it's silly. Come on, we can all laugh.
He was
at
talking
ourselves.
last night with the kids about we had guppies when they were little.
What's a guppy?
Like remember the bubble guppies, the show? They had real guppies, like little fish in a tank.
Oh.
And they were all named after the Bubble Guppies characters except for one fish.
What fish?
Tyrone.
I thought it was LeBron.
No, his name was Tyrone.
Was he black?
He was.
That's excellent.
And my husband named him.
Of course
And the
he
kids
did.
like don't like they were
Realize.
talking about it last night and they're like, what was the black one's name? And Rob like Tyrone. And I'm like,
That's so funny.
they're like, why did we name it that? I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like so glad that they don't get it, but at the same time it's still kind of funny.
You know what's really fun? Like, you know, even I know mom doesn't make too many jokes, but when her boyfriend just had the baby, right?
Yeah.
And I think his wife is Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she sent in the picture out, and she's like, "Isn't the baby beautiful?" And I'm like, "Oh, a little Asian fusion. I love it.
Aw.
So cute."
He
Half
is.
Asian babies are really cute.
They are.
They're good-looking people.
I love, like, that's one of my favorite things about existing in this time of life that we do is that the world is such a blended place now where, like, everybody was so, like, pedigree back in the day, you know?
Yeah,
and now
blue
it's
blood
like we're all
bullshit.
such a mishmash of so many different, like, races, ethnicities, religions, all the things. It's like, I feel like the people in the world are so much more beautiful today.
I think you're right.
And it's because we've blended our all our
Absolutely.
different ethnicities and stuff, especially like in America here, obviously.
Absolutely. Some of the best-looking people like that I
Yeah.
see on TV
Our mixed race.
Are mixed race, and I'm like,
I agree.
God, what I'd kill to look like you.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
No. We got all the white European genes.
Yeah.
The ones everyone hates.
Yeah. It's true. Bunch of losers.
I know.
Anyway.
All right.
But
so
wait, no, back to
speaking
the
of
smart
which,
thing.
go ahead.
I'll just say, if I'm not going to date somebody or be with somebody who's like super smart and knows more than me, then you have to be super funny. Like,
Okay.
I think a sense of humor, it has to be one or the other. No person has all like five, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
So if you're not going to be like super bright, you need to follow
What are the
instruction
five?
really
So I
well.
think the next one is probably on the list, which is like physical appearance.
Oh,
So
well,
how you look, right?
that matters to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody can lie and say, no, it's about their soul. Shut up.
Well, and like, I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? So
I agree.
What many people would think men want may not be necessarily the reality for all of them, right? But typically it's like they want you to be fit, they want you to have a tight ass, big boobs, nice skin, nice long hair, like.
Yeah, I get it. I think
but then they don't want you to wear too much makeup, and they don't want you to get too many injections, and they don't want you to have fake everything. So it's like, I feel like no matter what, you can't win.
I mean, so here's the thing. This is something I don't think you guys understand. Not all of us are just natural beauties, okay?
Well, and not all of us are doing any of what we're doing for you.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That was my next thing I was going to say. Is like,
Yeah.
I do this shit for myself. Like,
Yeah.
I wax for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I do stuff for me
Yeah.
to make me feel good.
Agree.
That's it. I mean, if there's something that you like, if you like my hair a certain way, I'll probably do that every once in a while for you. But I mean, otherwise, I'm doing what I want to do for me. I
Right.
don't tell you. I mean, I guess. Do you dress your husband, or does he dress himself?
So I mean, we've been together for 23 years or something at this point in time, like 21 years. So he's evolved into a capable dresser over that 2-decade period of time. But in the beginning, oh, absolutely, I had to.
Oh, really?
Now he's got it.
He's got it down.
Yeah.
He always
a good
looks sharp
dresser.
when he goes out.
Yeah, and he does most of it himself now. Like,
Good for him.
yeah, I don't have to do anything.
Well done, Mom.
We made him a little bouge.
There you go. Yeah, I know. I see him walking around with his red bottoms.
I know.
He's so funny.
It's dangerous though, because he looks so good sometimes. And, like, you get these chicks that come up to him, they see his shoes, they think he's like loaded, and they're like, "Hey, baby." I'm like,
Seats taken.
"Yeah, seats."
I don't know. I guess I think looks matter to everybody
Yeah.
on some level, because I think that's kind of like what's wrong with or what was initially wrong with online dating when it was in its infancy. Like, you had one picture of somebody,
Right,
and
and
that
then you
was
see them
it
in real life.
and then you got to like know them online, even like catfish and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit. You know, like, you fall in love with their personality, but when you see them in real life and it doesn't line up,
Yeah.
I think we're wired to have a visual
Yeah.
attraction to somebody first.
Yeah.
Because you could be really good looking and have the shittiest personality, be rude to waiters and waitresses or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, fuck this guy. Like, no, thank you. I want nothing
Yeah.
to do with you. You're a piece of shit. I don't care how good looking you are. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're a shitbag. Your soul is ugly.
Makes sense.
But you could, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
where you could be attracted to someone and love their personality, or you could not be attracted to somebody, but the more you grow to love their personality, they become attractive
Yes,
to you.
agree. I totally agree. I think too, that's where like the physical appearance and the confidence thing sort of ties together, right? Because I think when you're confident and you feel good about yourself, you portray like a confidence to the world that makes you more attractive
Yeah, I get that.
to other people, you know?
Yeah,
So it's like if you love yourself, other people will love you too.
maybe. I don't
And
know.
I
I
think-
love myself. I can think of somebody who hates me.
I'm sure there's lots of people who hate me, but I don't give a shit. All right, so some things men dislike. Excessive drama. Accurate.
Okay, so listen. I completely agree with that. Because I have little patience for drama. Like, nonsense, I should say. But I love a guy who will gossip. I think that is like one of the best freaking characteristics or
agreed.
traits that a guy could have, where he'll like get into the conversation with the girls and spill the tea.
Yeah.
I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's a good quality.
Most of the time, they want no part of it.
I know.
I feel like if you could find one that gossips, he'll also be the one that watches like Bravo with you.
That is like a rarity. That's a hidden gem.
Yes.
If you can find a guy who will watch trash TV with you.
Yeah, agree.
God, I know of a couple that watches all the Bravo shows together and all kinds of reality TV together, and I'm like, you guys are like one of the strongest couples I've ever
Couple
met.
goals.
Literally, like I could go out and be their third wheel with them,
Yeah.
and we could discuss the entire Bravo universe.
I love that.
And he gets into it. And I'm
Yes.
like, yes.
Yeah.
I love
I have
that
a
you're
few
into
guy
it.
friends who like watch Vanderpump and stuff, and sometimes they'll like say things, and I'm like, yes.
I love it.
I love that you watch this trash.
I know. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
So interesting. Here's another thing.
Okay.
They do not like materialistic women.
What does that mean?
So
I know what materialistic
If you
means.
put
I'm
too
saying,
much
like-
value on like your personal possessions, your
No.
wealth, your
No.
status, if you're seen as shallow, superficial.
No. Well, I don't think anybody likes anybody who's shallow and superficial.
I would agree.
Like,
I don't think women like that either.
I don't think anybody likes that.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's okay to like nice things.
I agree too. And I think having nice things also stems from showing someone who's hardworking, especially if they earned those nice things.
Absolutely.
And they weren't handed to them.
That's true.
You
Okay.
know?
Okay. I think you would know a surface level person like that from the minute you see them.
100%. I think anyone who has materialistic things buys them for themselves and they're not talking about it.
Not necessarily.
I don't know.
I mean, not talking about it, I know what you mean, but I'm saying, like, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing for anybody to like nice things. I think it's.
No, totally. I
You
agree.
know the difference when somebody's obnoxious about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose. I just got a really nice jacket off of TikTok shop that I got so many compliments on, and it was literally like $17.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling everyone when they say something about it,
I want to see it.
I'm like, this was $17 on TikTok shop.
On TikTok shop.
Yep. I'll post it.
I want to see it.
Okay, excessive vanity. So self-care and grooming are appreciated, but if you're like a too long get ready girl, problematic. I fucking hate that.
I hate that too.
I don't want to deal with like chicks that take forever. Like when we used to go out as like a group and we were always fucking late because one idiot
One
couldn't get ready in
asshole.
time. I
Yep.
hate that shit.
I know. I think I was.
And
that
listen,
girl
if you're
for a
doing
while.
it right, it shouldn't take that long.
Yeah.
I can get ready in 20 minutes if I need to.
I know. I know. I have a
And look
process, but
fantastic.
like,
And there's a scale, right? Like I feel
it
like we've
depends on
talked
where I'm
about
going
this.
and what I'm doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If we're like going out to dinner to some local place and it's not anything to like whatever, I don't care. You know, yeah, I could be ready in 20 minutes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But like if it's like a nice event or something like that,
like
yeah, it's
like a black
different.
tie or something. You
Yeah.
want to get your hair done, your makeup done professionally. what have you.
exactly.
Yeah, there's a scale of
Yes.
what's
It shouldn't
necessary
take you
or
2
not.
hours to get ready every time you have to leave the house.
Agree.
Let's
Agree.
be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, and if it does,
Sorry,
consult
you're
your
ugly.
therapist. Something's wrong. Yeah, something's wrong. It's not that deep.
So another thing that's on this list, which I think is an everything, not just a guy thing, is lack of honesty or being manipulative. But I think women fucking hate that shit just as much.
That is an absolute deal breaker to me.
Agree.
If you're a liar, get fucked. Go lie to somebody else. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't even like over exaggerating. I like where people take a story and only like 5% of that is true.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. It makes me question everything that you say at that point. Honesty and transparency, I think, should be the most
I think
important.
that's really the foundation for
Yeah.
a relationship. And it's not to say people don't make mistakes, right?
Oh, of course.
But at the same time, if you don't have honesty and trust,
You're fucked.
what's the fucking point?
What's the point? Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
Ambition, lack of ambition is another thing that
I hate that
men
shit.
dislike. And now
I don't
I'm going
blame
to
them.
argue that one because I think the ones who are not confident, like a woman who has no ambition, who will sit around the house and mope, play 1950s female.
Oh, I see that side of it. I see where you're going with this.
And I can't handle chicks that have no drive. I will not be friends with you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to know you. And I know that's might sound fucking mean, but ambition for me in men, in women, is everything. If you're not trying to constantly better yourself and you're just a loser lump who's sucking off the system or your partner, to your words earlier, get fucked.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think ambition for an ambitious woman to a man, I would think that's an attractive quality to them. No?
Yes, it is. That's what
Yeah.
a lack of ambition is not.
Okay. I would think
But I'm
that's an
saying
attractive quality.
I'm saying the flip. I said I think there are some men who don't want their woman to be ambitious because they want to hold them down because they want to be the man.
Listen, we need more men like
Agreed,
that
agreed.
in this upcoming generation that we have coming in,
but
where
those
everybody's
men
fucking
should
crying.
have a partner to go full circle.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you. I completely agree.
you can
with
both be bosses.
You can, but it's a team.
Exactly.
It's a fucking team. That's the way I see it. But like this baby bullshit, fucking coddling, crying, way too emotional generation of men that's out
Yeah.
there right now that it's like everybody's too in touch with their feelings. No, go chop wood.
Yeah.
I want you to chop wood. Just try it. You ever
I-
seen anybody chop wood? Any boys chop wood? Your husband ever chop it?
Yeah, we had a wood chopper.
No, I mean like with an axe.
Oh,
It's fucking hot.
it is hot.
It's
but
hot.
not anytime recently. He's working smarter, not harder. So he would never use an axe unless it was absolutely necessary at this point in time because there's
It's
a machine
hot
for that.
Listen, it's a nice look. I'm just saying. I
Ashley would
enjoyed
like
it.
to date a lumberjack.
I don't
so-
want to date a lumberjack. I've dated a lumberjack. I dated technically a lumberjack for a long time. Years
Interesting.
ago.
That's funny.
Years ago. I remember him saying something to me one time like, what are you thinking? What do you think money grows on trees? And I'm like, do you know what you fucking do for a living? You cut down trees. Yeah.
I never really thought
It kind of
about that.
does.
That's actually funny.
So what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway. God, that was kind of funny. But only pertains to his situation, I guess.
Yes.
Either way.
Truth.
No,
oh my
but,
gosh.
Yeah, honesty is important. Ambition's important.
I think with everything, right, male or female, right, depending on who, I don't think it matters from a gender perspective. I think the traits that we discussed are things that both men and women value or don't.
I agree with you.
I don't think it's just men.
I
but
like the traditional.
I think guys today are bitches compared to what they used to be.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Chivalry is definitely dead.
No shit. Although that's actually not.
At least in New Jersey. Maybe if we moved
I
out
think
west.
in our generation, it's dead.
It's dead.
Because the generations before us, like boomers, they're still chivalrous.
Agree.
They are. Like, I literally watched a man open car doors for me, Mila, my family.
Why
all
don't-
and close them.
That's because he's from the Midwest. It's different.
I know. Midwest guys are.
It's different.
eggs.
That's what I'm saying. This is a Jersey thing. There is no fucking chivalry here.
Get me out
At
of
all.
here. I don't know.
None.
It always starts off at the beginning of the relationship that they open the door.
Agree. And
After
then
a
it kind
while,
of
it's like,
fades.
oh,
yeah,
I'll get
they
it.
just get comfortable.
Listen, I don't need somebody to open my fucking door. I can do it myself. It's easy.
I think it's more of a principle.
It's just the gesture.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
yeah.
a very nice gesture. I think that's a.
But then at some point, do
An
you
old school
become
quality.
too independent of a female for them to feel like if they do open the door for you, they're insulting you?
No, I wouldn't be insulted by it.
Like, why do they stop? Is it because they're lazy or because you scared them away? I'm in the same boat, so I'm not saying you, I'm saying
I
you
scared them.
generally,
I'm the
not
problem
you.
now.
I say my own husband doesn't open.
Did he
the
ever,
car-
though?
Yes, all the time. In the
Really?
beginning, yeah.
I can't believe I don't see that.
Now I
with
could
him.
probably be like choking, and he'd be like,
You're good.
"Yeah." To my kids, should you check on her?
It's actually really funny.
I actually wait. This is the best. I got new sheets. I wanted nice satin sheets.
Satin.
Yes, like silk, like slippery. I love like silk.
You always liked
I
that
just
when you were
like-
a little kid.
you
You had
know.
a baby blanket.
I still
that
have
had
that blanket on my
and
bed.
she would like put it on her lips
I
like a
love it. I
weirdo,
do
or
it
like on her
still.
nose or something. It was weird.
Oh, it's like a comfort thing. I love it. So anyway, I bought this set of sheets.
It's a sensory thing. It's weird.
I guess. But so Trey's in my bed with me, and he gets in with the new sheets because he loves them too, and he's like, "Oh, Dad is gonna hate these."
That's hilarious.
And so I start laughing because I'm like, he's totally gonna hate them. And so Trey goes, "What do you think he's gonna say when he sees them?" And I'm like, my response was, he's gonna be like, "Oh, they're too slippery." and Trey goes, I think he's gonna say, "Why are they so shiny?"
I was gonna ask, are they shiny?
Yes.
So
So
that's a.
he comes into the room. I had to like write it down so I wouldn't forget. He comes into the room and literally the first words out of his mouth, he's like, "Oh, you got new sheets? Why are they so shiny?" And Trey like looks at me, I look at him, and I'm like, "Oh, we got it." Next words out of their mouth, "They're too slippery." I was like,
That's so funny.
"We know you so well."
Oh, that's so funny. I remember one guy that I dated, he liked his towels like hard. Like hard. Like, you know, like crunchy towels?
Ew,
like,
yeah, ew,
ugh,
no.
I hated them like that.
No, I want them like a super soft.
I bought, yeah, like soft and absorbent.
Yeah.
Like that's like my texture. But I don't know. I was in that relationship for a long time. And I remember when I got out of it, I was like, one of the things I had to ask myself is, what kind of towels do you like? I was like,
for future note.
yeah, what kind of towels do I like? I like them soft and absorbent,
Yeah.
not crunchy and hard. I
Yeah.
hate that. Ugh,
No.
It feels like somebody jerked off into your towel. Gross. Let it sit there for 6 hours, and now I'm just.
Oh, God.
No thanks.
No.
I don't like crunchy towels. That's definitely a sensory thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we all have like things like
I don't like that silky shit though. I'm like turned off by you saying that. I'm really, that's gonna bother me for the rest of the day that you sleep in something like that.
Listen, honestly, these sheets are horrible because you're like sliding all over the place. He's totally right. But I can't lose now. So they just got to stay on for a week and then I'll change them and
Well,
I'll never put them on again.
You know how like some mattresses, like over time, like they sink to the middle?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine having those sheets.
Yeah, you're like-
you guys are just like sliding.
Especially if
towards
you
each
build
other.
a pillow wall trying to like stay away from somebody and now you're like, shoo.
That's so funny. Don't touch me. Our butts are touching. I hate these sheets.
If I was in this bed by myself with these new sheets, I'd be aces.
I love
'Cause
that
could, like,
Trey loves
sprawl
them.
out. Yeah.
That's
Got 'em
hilarious.
a separate
Bowl
Christmas.
Branch has the best sheets. I don't care what anybody says. Those are the best sheets ever.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we need to hear feedback from you guys on this. Like,
Guys, tell us what you like.
yeah, what do you like? What don't you like? We gave you our perspectives on a lot of things, but I think they apply generally to men or women. Curious to hear what your thoughts are.
Do guys like lingerie in real life?
Ooh, I don't know.
That's a good question.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like they like it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they just like it to take it off. It's like wrapping paper.
Yeah. It's wrapping paper. And
Right?
there's $130 down the drain, right?
All right, wait, here's another one. Do they like it, to your point, like personal grooming? Is there a preference? I think it's a generational thing.
I think that's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Listen,
I know
if
what
you-
my preference is.
I know what mine is too, and
Yeah.
I'm not changing it for anybody. I'll tell you that much.
We're going to talk more about that when we have the OBGYN on.
Oh, that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Anyway,
anyway.
what are we
All right.
missing? Let us know.
Yeah, tell us your thoughts on some of these things. Tell us what we're not thinking of that men like that maybe we wouldn't think of.
Yeah, educate us.
Yes.
Not that I really need education, but maybe I can make my husband a little happier.
Whatever.
Not that he's not happy because I'm fucking perfect, but
Obviously.
all the things. Ambitious, beautiful, smart, full package.
I'm tired, but I'm funny, and I have a great personality, and I do a lot of grooming. A lot of self-care over here.
On that note.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, bye.